to come back to golf. So, I mean, Tiger Woods kind of grabbing the headlines right now from that horrific crash.
Yep. So, I mean, he's got a long road to recovery. Everyone was very excited about him playing in the Masters, or at least the possibility, because he was recovering from that 5th back surgery, and now this. So that straight up is not going to happen, obviously.
It's going to be a big hit for golf and their ratings, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, to have Tiger back at the Masters, like that would have been huge, or any major for that, or tournament for that matter. Like, just have Tiger Woods there, just kind of changes the whole complexion of the tournament. He just brings the eyeballs, to TV. But yeah, man, to that accident, which apparently he was shooting a TV spot, like a TV series, and he was on his way to go meet Justin Herbert, who's the quarterback for the Chargers, and Drew Brees, the quarterback for the Saints, to tape another segment. So it's just kind of strange how it all happened, near the Riviera Country Club.
Drew Brees cannot catch a break, huh?
Well, 2 things I think here. I think we've learned, one, Justin Herbert is a curse.
Yeah.
If you are an athlete around Justin Herbert, whether you're Tyrod Taylor or Tiger Woods, watch out. 2, I think it's time for little Charlie Woods to maybe step it up. Time to step up in the spotlight. Your father's out. Charlie, come on. Your turn to shine.
Tiger can say, I did it way younger than you, young man.
They say his son's going to be actually pretty good. I mean, just if you look at his swing at an early age, it's like, oh, okay, well, you kind of project a little bit. Obviously it's a long, long ways off, but you're right. And 40, I forgot about that punctured lung. I think people forget that Justin Herbert became the starter for the Chargers because of the punctured lung from a team doctor on the Chargers who went, what was it, like it was a shot into his ribs and went too far. Like, ouch, man. Jeez.
Yeah. Watch out for that Herbert curse.
Yes, Justin Herbert's best friend. The doctor.
Yikes. All right, guys, let's go to the NBA because I was all fired up for this Lakers versus Utah Jazz game because the Utah Jazz have the best record in the NBA. They're the best team right now in all of basketball.
Will do.
Yeah, well, let's see. The Lakers were without Anthony Davis, so let me preface everything by saying that right there, and Dennis Schroeder. So they were down a couple of their starting players. But the Jazz came in and walloped them by 25. The Lakers' worst loss this season. The Lakers are now on a 4-game losing streak. Concerned?
Yeah. Has not been pretty without Anthony Davis.
And I think, we're getting more and more into the season. It is still somewhat early, but it still seems like Utah is keeping it up. I think at first we thought it was a flash in the pan. Now it seems, okay, they're still stringing it together. Now let's go to the next phase. If they're still doing well, I think they could be a threat.
If Utah wants to be the regular season champs, we'll crown them. Go for it, man.
Crown their ass.
And someone else also said that they're kind of like the Milwaukee Bucks last year, right? Great during the regular season, good team basketball, but there's certain teams that are built for the postseason. And when you get to the postseason, LeBron will step up, Anthony Davis will step up. The Lakers are going to be just fine. They're not worried about a game in the month of February right now because they're looking at the long haul, the big picture.
I don't like basketball for that, but yeah, it really is. Just get yourself to the playoffs and then you start playing. I hate it, but that's kind of how it is.
It is what you do in the playoffs.
It is. The Jazz are 26-6, in case you were wondering at home. That's their overall record this season, which is pretty darn good.
Right?
Utah needs something.
They have something.
They've got the Jazz, and they're pretty good this year. To spring training, we have our first Major League Baseball spring training games this coming Sunday. So here we go, guys. I feel like we just wrapped up, the NBA bubble. We just wrapped up the World Series with the Dodgers winning, and we're jumping right back into it with spring training games. They hardly have any practices, and they jump right into real games again.
I think it's good. Get it going, get it moving, because you know how it is. Start knocking off the rust now, because I think this is the one sport that the most of America will be able to see coming this summer and all that stuff. It'll be accessible. It's the most accessible. That's why I'm pumped.
So, Pep, who are some of our local guys to keep an eye out for in spring training?
So if you're a Dodgers fan, obviously we have Austin Barnes, the catcher for the Dodgers from Riverside Poly. We got Joe Kelly, reliever for the Dodgers, the pride of Corona High School and UC Riverside. We've got a couple of guys on the move. We mentioned Taijuan Walker now with the Mets, who got that big payday. 40, we've got guys all over the place. Jacob Nottingham, Redlands High School, catcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. So all these guys are going into Major League Baseball spring training camps thinking they're not only going to make the big league roster, but most of these guys will be starters on their teams. I could go on and on, but the IE, especially because, 40, you're a Corona area guy. Dude, that Corona Big 8 League, the Southwestern League down by Temecula, they are just pumping out these great baseball players right now.
As long as Joe Kelly keeps throwing at Astros players, that's all I need to know.
Hey, speaking of that, 40, there was a meme. So the Dodgers were taking selfies down at spring training, and you guys might have saw it, but Joe Kelly was drinking, I think it was like Dunkin' Donuts, it doesn't matter what the brand was, but an iced coffee, and somebody zoomed in on the label because they tell you specifically what you ordered, what your coffee is.
Right.
And it wasn't the coffee, it was like, hates the Astros, throws at the Astros pitchers, makes faces at them. It was pretty funny. So if you like Joe Kelly and you like iced coffee, go seek it out. It's all over social media right now.
Anything that makes 40 like baseball, even a little bit, right? It's a step in the right direction.
Hey, one quick note from Angels camp. Shohei Ohtani threw some bullpen yesterday, throwing 97 miles per hour, and the Angels said, hey, he is back to a two-way player. No restrictions. He's going to hit, he's going to pitch, he's going to do everything.
Okay, the Chosen one could also get me back into baseball, too.
Once he gets the super ligament in the arm, and now he's throwing 97 mile per hour, it is showtime.
He's like part robot now, right? He's superhuman. And finally, guys, we're always talking NFL, and the NFL offseason is sometimes just as fun as the regular season with all the player movement and the draft and all those sorts of things. But right now, let's talk about some old quarterbacks. First off, the Buccaneers said they might actually give Tom Brady an extension past 45 years old. Man, this guy will never stop.
Why not?
Why not? He's already telling Winfield Jr. to save some space on his arm for the next tattoo for the Super Bowl trophy.
I mean, just at this point, sign me up for the TB12 healthcare plan. I'll do it all.
Okay.
You know what? If that's his own brand, and there's not a better poster boy for, working out and eating right. Like, dude, he's 43 years old and just won the Super Bowl. Like, you can't brand his TB12 any better, man. He did it. He's living it.
Oh, and he's loving it too. He's owning Tampa right now. My sister lives down there, and I mean, obviously, his money's no good there.
Why does it hurt so much to like him?
I know. It hurts a lot less. Like I tell 40, I stopped hating him after like the fourth Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I just stopped. I'm like, forget it. He's the GOAT. He's fun. Like, whatever. Supermodel wife. He's got the whole thing. Whatever. I'm into it now. And then one other note, Big Ben Roethlisberger for the Steelers, the owner said he's coming back. He's going to be the quarterback. They just got to work out a new contract the way they structure it. But he's coming back. So old Big Ben coming back for another year.
And it's going to work out great, and he's going to ride up into the sunset, right?
No.
I got Dwayne Haskins right there behind him. But yeah, it is funny to say, like, oh, we're definitely bringing back. We just got to work out the contract.
Just
I'm seeing a Sports Illustrated cover where he's face down, and it says, it's over.
Ooh.
It will not end well.
I think you're right. And I'm a little cautious about Drew Brees in New Orleans, too. I don't know how that's going to work out. But we'll see. That's what makes it fun.
As long as we keep Justin Herbert away from him, I think we're going to be okay.
Look out. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Hey, keep us all away from Justin Herbert at this point. But you can check us out on Inland Sports social media. We're talking high school football. Yes, the season, it looks like it's going to happen soon this spring. So check us out, Inland Sports, the YouTube channel, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Don't let Drew Brees off the hook, you two.